What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to do a little disassembly and maintenance of the Vero Impulse Mini. This knife really has not been very drop shutty. Typically this knife, most of Vero's knives are very drop shutty. This one isn't. So we're going to just take a look, open her up. She almost seems like she might be too tight. Hard to say. So we're going to take a look at it today. As soon as we see what we can. All right, so that's the pivot. First, we're going to just try to loosen up the pivot just a tad bit here. You gotta watch that secondary. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better. So it might just be a little on the tight side. It might be just the fact that, because this is a smaller knife, that, it just not as drop shutty as all the other ones that we tend to see videos of. Just see if I knocked out the alignment here. Doesn't look like it. Interesting. All right, well, we'll see here. Very interesting. So, looks like no. What the heck? Okay. Sorry if I'm not getting this on camera here, or it's kind of weird angles. So what are we at here? It actually is a T8. I was thinking it would be a T6. Sometimes they always look so much smaller than what they are. So. I'm assuming that this is probably what's going to hold the pocket clip on too. Okay, yeah, here. You know what? Yeah, that one's definitely for the pocket clip. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here. Don't know why I forgot the work mat. So let's bring in the work mat here. So there we go. Okay, so. Okay, just taking the pivot. Okay. It's a little dirty, but nothing too excessive. Nice cage bearings. Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of grime there. But, you know, the oils are gonna attract a lot. And I have carried it, so I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. Just kind of clean everything up. Lots of pocket lint. There it goes. Oh, there's a washer in there. It's a little dirty in there. Okay, this is probably a washer on that other side too. So. Yeah, just clean everything up real good. Oops. There goes the tools rolling away. Okay, so all right, so now we're moving to, oops, there goes KPL. Great stuff. Just get a little bit in there. And just throw the washer back in there. And clean that out a little bit more. Okay, put that washer back in there. Some more KPL over the top of this washer, because that the bearing is going to go on there. So we want to make sure that we got lots on the bearings. Okay. All right. So, and the pocket clip stays on there, so I thought that was separately screwed on there instead. So, okay. So let's get set the blade in there. Get some KPL in there. Always want to make sure you get some KPL on the detent track. So there, I got some there. Plenty there. Get a little bit in here because this is going to be right on the bearings. So probably a little overdoing it when it comes to okay. So we got that. Okay. Let me just put a little bit on the washer here. right. Backspacer is going to be a little bit of a bugger, so I'm just going to get this started. Just get that lightly started. It's got some grooves that it's supposed to, that it'll actually kind of sits in, so you just have to kind of find them. There she goes. And we got the little screws. I'm not using any Loctite right this second because I want to make sure that everything is copacetic first. And then it doesn't even look like they really used any Loctite. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I like to make sure that everything is copacetic first. Make sure everything's nice and snug. Okay, that's probably too tight. So, okay, everything looks good. Alignment looks good. Yeah, still not drop shotty. It's probably just the lightness of the blade. Sometimes I do have to be careful because sometimes I do get my hand on the lock bar, and so I do have to be careful of that too. But it's probably realistically just because of the fact that, you know, that it's just not a lot of weight in the blade is probably what I'm assuming. So other than that, looks good. Everything's back to, might be a tad off. Yeah, so there it is. Looks pretty good. It might still be a tad off, but it appears to be pretty good. So, yeah, that's the disassembly of the Vero Engineering Impulse Mini. So now we'll go through and just put a little dab of Loctite on them, and you know, that way we are sure that I'm not going to lose any screws or anything like that. So But there you go, guys. You know, we just took a little bit of a look. It still appears to, you know, it's just not going to be super drop shutty, obviously. But action is great. So the flip out action is absolutely fabulous. It does go. It's just not going to be a super drop shutty knife. And I'm just assuming, just because the blade just doesn't have a lot of heft to it. So it's just not gonna, doesn't have really the weight to really, you know, be super drop shutty. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great day. We'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe, because we always have more Tanto knives coming up. Have a great day. Bye.